Hey everyone, Dr. Frunkey here with a new unboxing video of a new type of EDC item for the channel. I'm going to start this off by showing you my balls. In front of you, you see two stainless steel ball bearings. Okay, these came with this new toy that I just picked up. And yes, this is going to be Dr. Frunkey's very first fidget spinner unboxing / review. Now what I have today for you is the TEC Accessories Orbiter Fidget Device, a companion for those who are driven to move. I actually came across this on Mass Drop. I check that pretty routinely, and this one really interested me. I must say I have really been strongly opposed to the fidget spinner movement. I don't really understand why people want to carry that around. Those things are kind of big. The blades are a little bit large, and they take up a lot of space, and they're made of plastic and kind of cheaply built. So this one caught my eye because of the construction and the overall sort of thought process that went into it. So right when you open it up, you can see that you've got a nice furry sack for your balls. Good. And here's the actual device. This is the Orbiter. I really like this thing, and I'm going to show you why. Unlike the sort of traditional plastic spinners that you see out there right now, those are all just a fixed plastic wing on a ball bearing system. This is a magnet inside of two pieces of titanium. This sort of housing and shell is titanium. Maybe you can see on the camera there's a very slight variation in the actual color of the silvers here. This is going to be metal, steel maybe, or the magnetized metal here, and this is going to be titanium. They make it in a blurple sort of anodized one and this silver one. I went for the silver one just to see if maybe one day I might be able to get this anodized. But this is the most fun part of this thing. All right, this is how you set it up, and you're done. All right, and right away, this thing has got a strong magnet. You are not going to lose this ball bearing, okay? It's going to be stuck on that thing if it's anywhere close to it. So as you can see, it sort of freely spins around the housing here, and if I just give it a little flick, there it goes. And there we go, we're off and we're spinning. Now, unlike regular spinner devices where you just flick it and you let it, rotate for 3 minutes, this one you actually have to put some thought into. You're actually moving your hand, you're feeling the centrifugal force of the ball rotating around the center here. Now, you're not going to lose that ball bearing, okay? I've really tried to spin the shit out of this, and it will not come off. So I would be surprised if anyone could really shake this ball bearing off. It's got a very strong magnet in there. Not strong enough to strip your credit cards. I put this in the same pocket as a credit card with no problem, so don't be afraid of that. But there it goes. It's just turning around. Now, what this thing kind of offers as sort of a supplement to just the spinning action is that the balls kind of fit perfectly inside of there. I try to use this as a top, but it doesn't want to do that. It's not really balanced, and this thing kind of freely spins around the ball bearing, and there's no real rigidity, so it's not a good top in that sense. But what it does have is a little track that's worked onto the top here, and this provides a sort of a different type of fidgeting sort of game here where you can just simply rotate this around like this. If you just kind of keep it nice and slow, it requires some pretty significant control of the hand there. You kind of feel what it's doing. You can speed it up a little bit, but after a certain speed, it's just going to fall off. We'll get to that point here. You can go pretty quick. Oh, there it goes. It just falls off. But the magnet catches it. And then you just pick it back up, and bada bing, bada boom, you're spinning again. So this is a pretty neat device, and I'm going to carry this around for a little while and see what it's all about. I'm wondering if there's anyone out there who might be able to tell me how to open this up. I might contact TEC Accessories and see if there's a way to open this up and maybe get these shells anodized. Now, before I go, I am going to show you, they send you these 3 balls, and so my hope was that maybe, just maybe, I could reenact what happens when the other fidget spinners are spinning. So you can try this, but it doesn't actually work. You can sort of spin it around, but they mostly just hit each other. So if you try to take one off and do 2, 2 kind of work. 2 will work. There we go. But 3 kind of makes it difficult to keep that motion going, and I don't think it's really possible very easily. Well, there, you know, I just eat my own words right now, but look at that go. So it's holding all 3 of them on there pretty strongly, but it's not really ideal. This thing is really built for just one. That's where you're going to get the most satisfaction, and you can put this in your pocket, and you don't have to worry about losing anything because that magnet is not going to let go of that ball bearing. Just don't put it in there with anything super valuable or other metal items. You know, it may not go in the knife pocket because it will just magnetize to it, but this is a neat little thing, and I'm pretty impressed at the quality here. You know, it's very solid. I can't seem to pull this apart or unscrew it or anything. It's really, really solid, well built. That's something that I like, you know, something to be really well made, vault-like in nature, and, you know, made out of metal. I like that a lot. There's no plastic here at all. It's all metal, titanium and metal. So very happy to have this. Really, really interesting, and it's my first foray into the fidget spinner world. So check this out. They're for sale at some other spots. This one was on mass drop for around $50. I think they sell normally for like $60 or $65. So a little bit on the expensive side. If you want one of the $5 spinners, go ahead and buy that. But this is what we've got here at about $50 to $60. You have this neat titanium and metal device. I wish there was more of a description about what's going on. They will have instructions and other stuff on their website, and they'll describe it. I'm going to experience this for a little while, come back at you with a final diagnosis in a few weeks, and we'll see how this does. What do you guys think of the Orbiter fidget spinner device? I think this is, you know, more challenging than a regular fidget spinner, and it takes more thought, and I kind of appreciate that. Maybe one other thing to show you here. Here's a US quarter for a size comparison, just so you see how small this thing is. It's about exactly the same size as a quarter, so pretty neat size profile there. Alright guys, take care. This is Dr. Frunkey. I'm just going to keep on spinning.